Let's see. There we go. Let me see. Oh, here.
Oh,
Take the trash can, put it upside down, and that's it. That's better. God, I look like Ronald Reagan after he died.
holy
Oh,
moly. Okay.
too many nights.
You ready, Bruce?
Just
All right, let's get this going. Holy cow. So we just spent, what, 10 minutes trying to level the camera out for you?
yeah.
Yep. This is Bruce Hampton here. I'm Tyler Russell, director of Here Comes Rusty, and lead actor Colonel Bruce Hampton. Bruce, how you doing?
I'm great, sir. How are you?
Doing fantastic, man. Oh boy. Bruce, let me ask you, who is Bruce Hampton?
It's a mix of 103 people. I think I'm leaving Dwight Eisenhower's life, and I know when I die, Dwight Eisenhower's life's going to go before me. So I'm not really sure who he is. I'm not sure I exist. I think it's a mix of Babe Ruth and Charlie Daniels and Dwight Eisenhower. I'm not sure I exist, sir.
If you could
I'm
use one
watching.
word to describe
I'm
you.
trying to reach Ty Cobb through a medium-sized person. I'm a poor man's Gerald Ford. What can I say?
One word to describe Bruce Hampton.
uh, Evaporation.
Wow. Okay. All right, so let's talk about Dickie St John, your character in Here Comes Rusty. Kind of give me who is Dickie St John?
Oh man, he's should be a friend of Elvis's, and he seems like a scoundrel of scoundrels, and he seems like Eddie Haskell, and he's definitely Southern, and he's got a lot of internal problems and external problems, and you gotta like him just cause he's a pro wrestling. He's like politicians who are running today. It's all pro wrestling, and he does seem like he'd hang out with Elvis in '74. And he certainly did not have modern hair or modern clothes.
Okay. Wow.
No,
Okay, so
not-
you own the racetrack in the film, Magnolia Racetrack, right? Have you ever gambled before?
yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Do people breathe? I mean, you gamble every day you get up. You walk across the street. Yeah. I like horse racing. I only get to go to it about 3 times a year. Just, as I travel, and when in Rome, go to Rome. And I like horse racing quite a bit. My great grandparents had horses, my grandparents, and sort of in the blood. And I love to see them run. The great ones.
Do
The
you have a
third.
favorite game or favorite thing you like to gamble on?
No, just horses, big events, the Derby and such.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it
No,
wasn't it wasn't it wasn't hard for you to get into the character.
no,
Okay.
no. I'm, I am Dickie St John. I'm a drunken scoundrel. I've never drank, but I felt drunk. So Mobile will make you feel drunk. 102 degrees and 98% humidity, and when signs say part-times instead of patrons, you have stepped into another world. I do love Mobile. The people were gracious.
They are good people.
Yeah, they were really unbelievably friendly. Yeah.
Let's talk about Brandon Niederhauer. Okay, so how did you meet him, and how did you start working with him? And
I met him when he was all the age of 10. Now he's 12. And we were doing a master class on the Jam Cruise. And he was a student there. And after about 5 minutes, we all said, let's switch. Why don't you get up here and teach everybody, and we'll sit in the classroom. And there's not many like him. No, there's not many like him. Not much you can say. And he's doing the School of Rock right now with Andrew, what's that cat's name?
Willard.
Yeah, I don't want to say it out loud. I owe him money, but he's in the School of Rock and doing very, very well. And you could tell at 10 years old he was already a master. And he can play anything, and he has an ear, and he has a sensitivity of a great musician and a great guitar player. Usually great guitar players aren't musicians. He's a great musician.
And he's a good kid. Really good kid.
Yeah. And I thought he was a great actor, too. I thought he did incredible. I mean, everything he did was in the moment. Mm-hmm. And you know what? If he could do it, I mean, if, he had a gun at his back to act, he would be incredible. Because he really stole the moment when it was his turn to turn it on.
Yeah. All right, let's go on. Next, let's talk about George Porter. Let's talk about all of them. We talk about Brandon, George Porter, Nicky Gillespie. Dickie and the Dinosaurs is your band in the movie, and they're all a part of it. So let's talk about all of them. How do you know them?
Well, I've known George for 50 years since he started with the Meters, and to me, the greatest rock and roll band ever, and everybody has stolen from them. And they're going to play April 22nd in 2016 at the New Orleans Jazz Festival, and luckily I'm going to be able to see them. And I spent a week with Leo Nocentelli this week, and he's got some great songs that are, just future meteoristic songs. And George, one of the greatest bass players that ever lived, as far as I'm concerned, and he's a presence, and he's George Porter Jr. He's a heavyweight champion of the world. He's King George.
Incredible.
And yeah, just incredible. It was so funny when we were shooting the music, and that soul singer was there. I can't remember his name, the actor, and he goes, "My God, that guy's pretty damn funky." And I said, "He's not funky. He invented 3 types of music, and funk has to be one of them." He's amazing. And Nicky Gillespie is as good as it gets. I mean, I love playing with her. I'm playing with George and Nicky and Ivan next week in Mexico. We're playing for a week, and that's thrilling, man. It doesn't get any better than that. Does not get any better. And so funny. You got what a rhythm section. You have George Porter and Nicky, and then they're being led by a 12-year-old guitar.
Oh, wow. I mean, we were lucky enough when we wrapped and we filmed y'all scenes together, we got to watch you guys play, and it was absolutely incredible.
They were smoking, man.
Will, our sound guy, he recorded the songs, and I've been listening to him in my car like every day. So
yeah. There was not a second they wasn't on fire.
Yeah, good.
Not 1 second.
Lord, it was incredible.
How much playing? How much is he in there playing? Taz, did he get some film time playing?
I guess you're gonna have to wait and see. Bruce has not seen the movie yet. Just excited.
No, I've only seen about 3.5, 4 minutes of it. Yeah, that's the way it should. I have no idea. Yeah, and everybody said, "How is it? When's it coming out?" And I just said, "You never know the mystery of till it's cut." Till it's
done. Let's talk about Fred Willard. He's your nemesis and brother-in-law.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say but genius, And the Oscars ought to give him the Fred Willard Award every year. Just every year. It ought to be the Fred Willard. He gets it, forever. And he's been an inspiration. And I saw him back in the 60s. And I just went, how do you be that subtle and that funny? I mean, he's to me in the class of, Pryor and Jonathan Winters and Groucho Marx. He's timeless. And he's also done, 300 movies, and he can do anything. And what amazed me, I mean, he comes to Mobile, and that was not a friendly territory for him, I'm sure, being in a cowboy suit. And I don't think he's experienced Southern humidity, which makes you crazy. If you live in the South long enough, you have to deal with Southern humidity, and that's why the people in the South are crazy. And that's why the best music is from the South.
He actually said he likes the heat.
Pardon?
He likes the heat.
Really? He dug
Yeah,
it?
he said that. He was like, I actually like it. I'm like, okay.
I was scared for him out in that parking lot.
I was too. Yeah, it was hot. I wore exactly what he was wearing to see
He
how hot
liked
it
it.
was, and I was dying.
He's from Cleveland, Ohio, and he one of the greats from Cleveland.
Yeah. You guys were great together. It was really fun watching you guys work.
I enjoyed talking to him. I mean, he was, he had seen Spike Jones and Cab Calloway and was relating that to me. And I don't know anyone who ever saw those two people. So I listened to every word he said. And he's also a baseball fan, which is 80% of life.
Yeah.
He goes to the games and he has a lot of baseball knowledge. And what a pro and what a great guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
And what a master, man. I mean, he's so subtle and he sees too deeply. He knows too much. Way too much.
All right. What is the thing you enjoy the most about being a musician?
Twice a year, the unknown will come. And that's why I keep going, and that's why I do it. You'll just play something either for 10 seconds or 10 minutes, and it'll come out of the blue, and you can never repeat it. So I think the unknown is about 95% of it, of what I love about it still today. And I'm not very good at marketing, and I've always had a problem of being 35 years behind. And that never quite helps. And I just ask the people to, to drive the right Chrysler 300 push button. And have you ever driven?
You love the Chrysler 300.
Up with my nonsense.
You say it probably every day. I hear a joke about the Chrysler 300.
It's everything, man.
Do you own a Chrysler 300?
I do. Yeah, I don't drive it. I just own it. No, it won't run. It's like a 1968 or whatever, 72. But I have to have one at all times. It's nothing like a Chrysler 300 push button drive.
Push button. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Holy cow, Bruce.
And the other thing I like about music are the subtleties and if the audience claps in the right place.
Yeah.
That's thrilling.
Have you ever had a show where you're playing and they start clapping completely off tempo?
Oh, I'm sorry I lost you, buddy.
Have you ever done a show where the audience is clapping off tempo?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But that's okay. They, as long as they're not booing too loud,
Have you ever been booed on stage?
I've had everything happen, so.
Do you have a story about getting booed?
I'm losing you a little bit.
Do you have a story about getting booed?
Oh, million. Yeah. Oh.
So it's happened? Okay.
We played the legend is, I don't know if it's true, we opened for Three Dog Night and did all their tunes in 1968, but that's probably not true, but it did create a riot that we just got on stage, and there was stuff thrown at us for a good 5 minutes. Yeah. And we were booed a lot. We were actually thrown out of every gig we played for 6 months, and we started wearing coats and ties, and they still threw us out. And that's about 1967. They just didn't know what to think of us. We didn't know what to think of each other, too. And we had a trailer that said, "This is an unmarked police car," and it had huge 50-foot dicks on it, and it would pound in the wind. And you can't do that today.
No.
No, and we would go take olives and have slingshots and bomb restaurants a quarter mile away and send 3,000 olives into an outdoor restaurant. They would just come out of the sky, but you can't do that today. Different times.
Different times.
In other words, we were completely insane. Yep. Totally.
If you could be one artist in time, ever, who would it be?
God, that's what a great question. You know, boy, I've never been asked that. Probably Bach, because he invented the progression, and his influence is still 100% today and will be 800 years from now. And probably, yeah, I would lean toward Bach and three or 400 other people. And Django Reinhardt, I mean, he just invented the guitar out of thin air, and no one's ever touched him since. And also, Igor Stravinsky just took symphonies from nowhere. And there are three or 400, but probably Bach.
All right.
Who would you like to be?
Colonel Bruce Hampton.
Fellini's in there too. Fellini might be number one on a given day.
I would be you for sure.
Just don't hurt my family. All right.
God.
Meet me in Monroe.
Oh boy! All right, who was the biggest influence on you as a musician?
As a musician?
Yes.
Well, at youth, at 9 years old, probably Little Richard, just due to the rebellion. And I was 9 years old, and I grew up in the Mitch Miller time and Eddie Duchin, and it was just pitifully bland. And then this guy comes screaming on the radio, and then I started doing backflips off the bed. So I always wanted to sing like Little Richard, and I failed miserably. But he's still the greatest rock and roll singer of all time. And God, he influenced the Beatles, the Stones, and everybody else tremendously. But probably Sun Ra has lasted the longest for 60 years. Bobby Blue Bland. Those two come to mind quickly.
I can see the Little Richard in you.
Yeah, I try. It doesn't work. It wasn't. But I just love the freneticness of it and the absolute rebellion and chaos. And he's still living, man. We just did a gig with Jerry Lee Lewis last year. And he's 89, and he could barely walk to the stage, and he sat at that piano and ripped the world up. And I was with Taz, and it was just such a lesson for him. He was 11 then, and he saw this guy 89 playing like he was 7, and he was just amazed. He was amazed. And the piano player we have now is 89 years old. His name's Johnny Knapp, Knapp. And he played with Louis Armstrong, Billie Holiday, and hundreds of people. And he goes out on the road with us and gets mad when I don't take him to Madagascar or somewhere, where, just some out of the way place. And he'll hop in the van and it'll be 150 degrees outside. And he'll want to go on a 4-day tour, 6-day tour. And I just go, Johnny, I can't do it. And he gets mad. He's 89 years old.
Wow.
I learn a lot from him. But no, Little Richard, Chuck Berry, and Jerry Lee Lewis for the first time. How about you? I'm wondering, because you were, you're born in the 80s?
Who was the biggest musical influence?
Yeah.
Oh, my mom.
Who turned you on the most?
My mom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
She showed me Boston, Chicago, the Allman Brothers. Showed me everybody.
I'm sorry she showed you Boston.
What? Come on.
Couldn't go to Boston. I'm kidding.
Yeah, come on. Bro.
I'm just raising hell. I'm getting in trouble. I never put anybody down unless it's Mumford and Son. They look like bricks. I've never heard of them. I've never seen them. But I said that in an interview last week, and I got in a lot of trouble.
That's pretty funny.
But I needed to. Yeah, it's chaos once again, Little Richard.
Okay. Holy moly. Man. All right, let's do some quick questions, okay? Quick answers. I'm gonna throw some things out at you.
This is amazing. Do you do this like once a week? Skype?
No, just with you. This is it. This is only with you. And I think this is your first Skype call ever, right?
Yeah. Oh, I've never seen it. I'm amazed, actually.
And you said you're going to delete it after the interview, right?
No.
I thought that's what your wife said.
I don't know how. Oh, she's paranoid schizophrenic. What can I say?
Okay.
That-
Okay, I'm gonna ask you some quick questions, okay? And you're just gonna
okay.
answer the top of your head, okay? I'm gonna say this thing or this thing, and then you just say
I
which
like
one
it
you'd
quite a
rather
bit.
go for, okay? You ready?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, here we go. Chicken or steak? Chicken or
All right.
steak?
Chicken.
Okay, electric or acoustic?
Um, I pay for acoustic and play electric.
Okay. Planets or stars?
Planets are amazing. They found the ninth planet today, and it's diamonds. It's tougher than diamonds. Did you know that?
No.
Look on Huffington Post. They found the ninth planet today.
Okay.
No name yet.
What do you want to name it?
Uh, Tyler.
Done. All right. Bacon or eggs?
Eggs.
Chinese or Thai food?
Boy, it's tough. Whew, depending on the restaurant, they're both great. I mean, Thai restaurants usually are a little bit better, but there's 10 Chinese in Atlanta that are out of this world that are fabulous for like $5 when you get here, and you won't ever, but I'll take you to 2 or 3 that'll destroy you. Let's call that a Thai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Chocolate covered almonds or the Almond Brothers?
I'd get in trouble if I didn't say one of them. I just talked to one of them today, so I better go with the one I talked to.
Okay.
I won't say.
Wait, so you don't talk to the chocolate covered almonds, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's scared of me, but we're friends.
What?
He saw me eating I-285 one day, the interstate here in Georgia. He tells people I had chunks of it in my mouth. So.
Okay. Next one is a Doobie or the Doobie Brothers?
The first one.
Okay.
No, I got friends in the Doobie Brothers, and I never heard them, but John Cowan plays bass, so I love the Doobie Brothers.
Okay.
Politically right. Never.
James Brown or James Dean?
James Dean.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, Jerry. I love these questions.
Okay. Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan?
Jordan by far.
Okay. All right. We're gonna stop there because that's.
Although since we stopped there, if you get a chance, Michael Jackson's on YouTube saying his favorite movie is Sling Blade, and his favorite scene of all time is our scene, the band scene, and he's using the line oblongata. He's saying the lines.
Holy crap.
He's doing it. Go when you're off. Go on YouTube.
Yeah.
See. Fine, it was there. Michael Jackson does Sling Blade, I think is what it's called, and he's reciting the lines. It's hysterical.
Oh.
Oops, I'm back.
Whoop. We good? Okay.
Got you, man.
So, Bruce, why? What kind of person would like Here Comes Rusty, and why should people go see it?
I think anybody would like it. There's a great story in there. And that's all music or all film is a great story. And the story's there. And, plus there's a ton of humor in there. And there's music. And there's really no music in any movies hardly. And you got great players. You got some of the best in the world there. And especially Taz. It's wonderful, But I think young people, between the age of 20 and 40 will go quick. But I think everybody would enjoy it, I hadn't talked to anybody who's disliked it, which is amazing. And seems like I'd heard from maybe 10 or 12 people that live in Mobile, and they were thrilled. And these are old people who are cynical. And they really, really, really liked it. They heartfelt liked it, And man, you don't get that in anything anymore. I'm critical of everything I do all day long. I lay in bed for 8 hours after a bad performance, whether the audience knew it or not, but I'm critical of myself at all times. And just being in the business, I'm critical of everything. And man, the thing flowed like crazy. I haven't seen the whole thing, but what I've seen and experienced, it was magical. It flew. You can't ask for much more, can you?
No.
Once you get, there was some magic, man. There was some moments of magic. And,
you had some magic.
Oh, you're very kind. No, no, you guys, y'all pulled the AD and the director, Tyler Russell, pulled me through. But that had good scenes with knocking off Fred Willard's hat. I cried for 2 days. I cannot knock off Fred Willard's hat. I mean, this is a guy I've been watching 50 years, you know. I would run if he was on TV 50 years ago just to watch what he wouldn't do or would do. But I'm on this is my nomination for president, by the way, and I'm going to add to it. We'll raise $3,000, and that's
To Fred Willard?
yeah, Fred Willard for
Okay.
he'd have all the answers.
I think we'll end it on that. Fred Willard for president.